Okay, this is X754, and welcome to the Re-Coverage of Duke Nukem 64. And for those who have been sticking around for a longer time might know that I've already done a coverage of Duke Nukem 64, but that was during the time when I was not really doing any commentaries or anything. So you may ask why on earth I would do this again. I was actually inspired by Duke Nukem Total Meltdown TC to do this again to explain the interesting differences. And in case of Duke Nukem 64, I to be honest don't know if anybody's done a full commentary thing of this as of late. I don't know, and so I thought that, well, I might as well do one of my own. So Duke Nukem 64 is, for those who don't know, it's a very different game from, in a way, from the base Duke Nukem 3D and Duke Nukem Total Meltdown. And the first interesting difference is, well, obviously I'm using Duke Nukem 64 mod to play through this. And when you would be starting a new game in the original game, you cannot select an episode. So it's like you just select a difficulty that you're gonna play on, and then it's like you just go through the episodes and you're not gonna even lose your weapons, which is pretty damn cool, to be honest. And of course, you know, Duke Nukem 64 is famous for its split-screen multiplayer. There was an option to play on co-op, and there was an option to play Duke Match with Duke bots. So I think it was pretty cool at the time, and you know, I spent a lot of time playing Duke Match and, you know, co-op myself, and you know, back in the 90s. I still have the game, but unfortunately my Nintendo 64, when I moved to my current location, I lost the SCART cable, and of course I could probably buy one from, you know, an online store or something, but I'm just a lazy person. I haven't really gotten into it, and so I could play, you know, the original game as well. And you know, the local multiplayer it's a pretty, I think it's, Duke Nukem 64 is actually the only game where you can actually play a local split-screen multiplayer, I think, to my understanding. So it's pretty neat, and there was a possibility to play a 2-player co-op and a 4-player Duke Match. So that was pretty neat, and I had lots of fun with the game. And you know, of course, as I mentioned, the episodic structure is not present in the original game, but in this mod we can actually select an episode. But as you can see, we're only restricted to the first 3 episodes. So this basically means that the 4th episode, the birth, has been removed. Although some levels from that particular episode actually exist in this game, and you're probably going to find out in time, and actually set pieces from those levels actually exist throughout this game, mostly in case of the city levels. But it's going to be a standard 100% walkthrough as usual. So we're obviously going to start out from, in the case of this mod, we're going to start out from, you know, we're going to start out from LA Meltdown, and then we're going to progress through the game, and, you know, find all the secrets, get all the kills, and, you know, have a little talk about how this game is different from the PC and Duke Nukem Total Meltdown versions, and I'll try to do my best to explain all of that. And there's going to be that little bit of an intro, so once I'm starting a new game, unfortunately that text scrolls so fast that I believe I can't really read that, so I'm just gonna, you know, SDF you for that time, and you know, you can read the text yourself. So here we go, Duke Nukem 64 on ComGets on 100% walkthrough. Here we go. Alright, so that was the intro of Duke Nukem 64, and this is the iconic Hollywood Holocaust. Duke Nukem 64 style. And the first interesting difference is that you can kind of like see down to the street level, but that's not actually the street where the game takes place. But on PC this is like a standard skybox, so you can't really see down to the street level, but it's an interesting thing, so they give you that little bit of a sense of location. And once we shoot this thing, we can also recognize that the explosions look a little bit cooler in this game. So let's go down and start mowing down some alien scum, as Duke said. I think he died already. But anyway, this is from an interesting difference from the Atomic Edition level 5. I think this vehicle is actually taken from that map. So it's like you got like a little bit of these set pieces throughout these maps that, you know, kind of like, you know, come from the other unused levels in the case of this game. And also we can see these cool little inaccessible scenery things. And for those who have actually played X-Ray Studios, which is a user map of mine, I was actually inspired by this particular thing to create that Devastator secret in my user map. So I created that little bit of a similar unreachable scenery thing. So it was pretty nice. But anyway, as you can tell, this is not exactly an RPG. So we're gonna go down to the street level. First, we're gonna deal with these assault troopers. And if you look carefully, you can recognize that the assault trooper sprites, their sprites look a little bit different. And also visually, some of the sprites look a little bit different, such as that fire. It seems to have a little bit more color to it than the original PC version. And we do have more palm trees here than on PC, so it's like small little differences here and there. And this is indeed a weapon called Grenade Launcher. So basically this weapon is... So basically this weapon qualifies as a little bit of a pipe bomb launcher. So let's see how it works. Yeah, just like that. But you want to be careful with this weapon because it can sometimes lead to a little bit of I would say unintentional situations. So let's see if I can do this. I think it should be possible to make a little bit of a jump. Please. You can't be serious. Alright, here we go. And this is also the way to access this secret. And here we do have some grenades and things. And as we can see, this room is a little bit different, and some of the posters are a little bit different, and some of these, I would say, R-rated posters have been removed from this game as far as, well, to be honest, most of the R-rated stuff has been removed to begin with from this game, and this is a great example of it. So here we do have a little bit of a slug magazine, and instead of the these kind of like a little bit of a naughty posters and things. So this was like a little bit of a naughty magazine on PC, but here this kind of like lady obsession with ladies has been replaced by obsession towards firearms and things. And also one cool thing in Duke Nukem 64 is that you can kind of like, you know, kick the corpses, and so you don't really need like explosives to, you know, deal with the enemies. So let's think that, for example, this is assault trooper right here. Let's say that, you know, he was like begging and he's about to come back to life. All you need to do is just, you know, kick his corpse away and he won't come back to life. That looks a little bit interesting. You want to scale that? I don't remember if this was actually present in the original game. And also the little bit of a censorship of this game has been, it kind of applies throughout the whole game. So it's like, for example, the steroids are called as vitamin X, so so it's a little bit like, steroids. Obviously, steroids are usually associated with cheating and things, and we can see that these things look a little bit different too, and stuff. And for example, this has been changed also from the PC version. So we have a little bit of $1 million Uranus attacks. So you're gonna see that in time what that means. But right now I'm gonna do a little bit of a leap of faith to that secret with steroids, if possible. No. Okay, I made it. And this is an interesting difference. The ladies in this game are, I would say, they have a little bit more clothes in case of Duke Nukem 64 than they do have on PC, so that is obviously a heavily modified stripper from the PC version, and pressing use on her doesn't really do anything, so she's just there and you can't really shoot her either. So, but at least they maintain some of that, a little bit of an R-rated content with. And you can also see the weapon sprites, they look a little bit different. So here we do have pipe bombs. So pipe bombs, they're pretty much the same as they were on PC, but they look a little bit different, as you can see. And here we do have chain gun replacement, which is SMG. So these are pretty damn powerful. So these are just, I mean, this weapon is basically, it's a lot more powerful than the chain gun from the PC version, so you can actually even use this weapon against some of the bosses of this game, because this is how powerful it really is. And here we do have a grenade launcher and a shotgun. So I think that's really everything about this secret, so I think it is safe to proceed with. And also you can hear that, Duke's one-liners, they have been completely re-recorded for this game, and all the, I would say, more offensive one-liners as it was, they were removed completely, so now we can just, kick that corpse. And some of the one-liners, they have been kind of like, reassigned in this game. So for example, that "go ahead and make my day," for example, it was used originally as a little bit of a reference to Dirty Harry in the episode 4 level 5 on PC. So, and also there are just like these tiny differences here and there when it comes to these maps. So for example, when you walk over here, that secret won't open. So in this version, we have to go over there, get that secret. This secret is pretty much the same it was on PC, and for some reason the armor is considered to be an inventory item in this game. So press this switch, and this switch is just to control the secret. And you can also, hear that some of the one-liners, they have been kind of like reassigned, and which I think is a little bit cooler in a way. And also there are a little bit of more of these technical differences. So it's like, at this point we should have an earthquake that would it would tear this floor into like 2 pieces. But in this case we have just this one. So it's like the earthquake effect was at least removed from this map. And over here we can see this, a little bit of a misaligned texture. So this is where, the original earthquake would take place, and that little piece of wall would explode open with a little bit of a fire sprite in it and things. And these textures are completely different, and these are actually Atomic Edition sprites. So it's like these assets that are being used over here are actually straight from the Atomic Edition. So And the posters have also gone through a lot of different... The posters, they have gone through a lot of censoring as it was. So it's like these are more of these, gun things. So it's like, for example, Epic Nuke, and it's like, yeah. And also the bathroom section has been changed quite a lot. So we have this little bit of an expansion hallway, but aside from that, it's mostly the same. And we still have that secret over here. And this map, by the way, it has a lot more secrets than the PC version has. Damn, that's difficult. Oh yeah, and this counts as a secret unlike it does on PC, so be sure to take it. And grenade launcher is a very good weapon for situations like this. And you might wonder why you can't shoot that babe, because in this case we have to save the babes, which I think is a little bit cooler feature, because I think that they should have probably included that feature on PC, because I think that's actually pretty cool, because that's in the end the whole purpose of Duke Nukem. So it's like you gotta save the ladies, but in this case, it's it seems that they have done it the proper way, I guess. But soon we will also witness a little bit of an interesting difference. So instead of having that little bit of naughty theater thing, we have this little bit of a alien spacecraft attacking the city. So this must be the Uranus thing. And I think these sprites weren't also here on PC, I think. And of course, as said, Duke Nukem 64, it has like a massive array of new weapons. And we will actually run into some other new weapons. And I think that I could actually go into this arcade place to demonstrate some of the new weapons in time. But first we have to deal with this. No survivors, please. And so in this case we have to actually we don't have to even use it. So there's a little bit of a walk sector that you have to walk on, and that doesn't count as a secret, by the way. And you don't want to jump in there because you can actually get squished. And also I don't think we have those rotating sectors in Duke Nukem 64 at all, because for example on PC we used to have those interesting spinning lights, disco lights around here, but in this version it's just a standard ceiling light. So, and also Duke Nukem 64, it doesn't have slide doors in it, so all of the doors are either ceiling doors, split doors, or swing doors, I think. And this is how the SMG works. Or SMGs, rather. As you can see, they're pretty damn powerful. And this slide door has been removed and replaced by that air duct thing. Let's do a little bit of a peekaboo shoot and deal with these guys. Whoa. Oh well. Oh geez. But yeah, now we have to get back there and, discover one of the most interesting locations that you can possibly find from this map. And before I'm going there, I'm gonna discuss about this area right here, because this is as Alan Blum actually said, I think it was in the Duke Nukem 20th Anniversary World Tour dev commentary, he said that there used to be a bank across the street. So there's a little bit of an interesting connection. That's not actually a bank, but in this version, open up this wall, and this can't be found from the any other versions of Duke Nukem 3D. So let's go in here. This is a new secret that can't be found from any of the other versions. So, and then there's that. So that will open up this little thing so you can get out. But then there is this. So that is just a standard pistol clip, or so it seems. So those are dum-dums, and you can actually use them in this mod by pressing the weapon select key twice to switch to the alternate ammo types. So it's like these white rounds are obviously standard pistol rounds, and these yellow ones are dum-dums. And I'm going to demonstrate how badass these dum-dums are. But first we are going over here, and we have to deal with this guy first. And now we're going to switch to dum-dums. Think about it. 2 shots and pickup falls down. So that's pretty badass. So it's not going to be much of a problem for you to deal with most of the monsters. And yeah, this is indeed a little bit of an exclusive secret, and it can't be found from any other version, although those shadows look a little bit interesting. So this is basically the grocery store. So it's like you can kind of like see, when you look at the auto map, you can kind of like see that, okay, the street is over there, and these kind of these textures also tell that, okay, yeah, that's the place where I want to be. So this is like a little bit of a grocery store. But I think we're actually done with Hollywood Holocaust for most of the part. Then we press the switch and get back out. And then there's that one last secret with 2 enemies. So we do have those turret things, and also, those projectiles, those laser projectiles look a little bit different too. So I think that's really everything that we have. And yeah, I think that's really everything. We got all the secrets, 13 secrets and stuff, so let's get out of here. So yeah, that is Hollywood Holocaust, done Duke Nukem 64 style. So it's a little bit different. We have like 13 secrets, which is, it's almost like double the secrets the PC version has, because the PC version has 8 secrets. This one has 13, which is just a ridiculous number of secrets. Of course, we got introduced to new weapons, SMGs, grenade launcher, dum-dums and things. So dum-dums are going to be very useful in the further you actually get in this game. So dum-dums are going to be very useful. And in time, you are going to see how powerful they are, because they take even like the biggest monsters with a couple of shots. And they're pretty damn powerful. So it's like, trust me, they're gonna come really handy later on in this game. And even the bosses of this game are gonna be, they're just gonna be destroyed by dum-dums. Trust me, it is just absolutely ridiculous. But of course, Hollywood Holocaust itself, in this case we got these, couple of Atomic Edition, textures in this one. And of course, the most notable differences would be obviously that the atmosphere is a little bit different, because it's not that R-rated stuff in this map. It's mostly about a little bit of like alien invasion related and weapon related kind of like thing here. And of course we got that grocery store secret, which is nice, and the bathroom was a little bit expanded. Earthquake effect was removed. It's not completely removed from this game, the feature, because I think that it's actually used on at least on a couple of levels. The first level that I can think of would probably be, Duke Burger, I think. And speaking of Duke Burger, you may ask why you're talking about episode 4 level 2, because it's not even, like, the whole episode is not even included in this game. But Duke Burger, as a matter of fact, it is included in Duke Nukem 64, and soon enough, it's not actually a too long time that we will be introduced to Duke Burger, so it's actually included in this game. But I don't know. I've been talking quite a lot here, and it is just it feels like, I don't know. I've mentioned so many things. I, to be honest, hope that I haven't forgotten any key changes or anything, but at least we got off to a good start with this. So next time we're gonna take on episode 1 level 2, Gun Crazy. So Gun Crazy is, well, it is basically a heavily censored version of Red Light District from the PC, but it is, I would say, expanded. It has been expanded slightly and things. So we're obviously gonna, check out that map the next time. So I'm gonna take my time with Gun Crazy as well and try to explain all the interesting differences and stuff. But with that, I think we're all done with Hollywood Holocaust, and the re-coverage of Duke Nukem 64 is en route. So I hope you have enjoyed this. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you around.